Today I am going to play Advanced Squad Leader Starter Kit again, and the scenario for today is Prelude to Festung Brest. It is one of these scenarios that you can find at the Multiman publishing site and download them for free. I think these are pretty good scenarios since some of them are quite easy, they don't have much of special rules and much of units, they are pretty quick and fun to play. And I think some of them are well balanced, some of them are a bit harder for certain sites, and today I'm going to play one of these scenarios, picturing the initial phase of the fights for the Brest city in the south, in France, one of the major ports of the France, where the German airborne division led by General Ramke put a very stiff defense against the Americans, and this is one of the initial battles for this city. And as you can see, there are not much of the special rules here, which makes this scenario quite interesting, because most of these scenarios have at last some special rules, none of them here. It covers most of the board Z, save to this small part of the board. And as for victory conditions, they are making this scenario a bit more interesting, because they say, provided the Germans do not amass more than 9 victory points, the Americans win at the game end if they control more or equal than 50 stone building hexes in the German setup area, and or there are no unbroken German multi-man counters in the stone building hexes. Each squad is worth 2 casualty victory points, while each half squad is worth 1. Leaders are worth 1 casualty victory points and +1 for each -1 modifier. So, allies have to capture as many stone buildings as possible and make sure that all the other German units will be broken or pushed away from the buildings. As for Germans, they have to kill as many attackers as possible. So there are 2 different ways to win for each side. Americans have to capture buildings and destroy and drive away Germans, while Germans have to kill as many Americans as possible. As for Americans, we have these first line squads with 666, number of the beast if you are Iron Maiden fan. So these squads are pretty interesting. They are probably the most balanced units in the entire game, which makes them fun to play. The problem is that they have quite low morale. They break pretty easily, and this is their problem. They have quite good firepower and good range. This is their good side, but the morale can be a problem. Also, they have assault fire ability, which makes them also quite useful. We have 2 American commanders and 2 heavy machine guns. As for Germans, we have 2 types of German squads, both are pretty good. We have airborne units with 5, 4, 8 and elite infantry with 4, 6, 8. So you can already tell that Germans haven't as much firepower as Americans, but their morale is pretty high, and this is their good side. They have very good morale, and defending in these stone buildings makes them quite strong enemy. They have 2 commanders and 2 light machine guns, so not much of the firepower, but a lot of morale, and Americans might have a problem. I played these scenarios 2 times before. As you probably know, I am noting each of my Advanced Squad Leader play in my special copybook, and so far Americans weren't able to win this scenario. I hope that today they will achieve a victory, but you can tell this is not an easy scenario for Americans. Okay, here you can see a setup. As for Germans, they are setting up on the hex row R or east of it. So I set up most of my units on this hex row, save to this one, which is going to be a reserve. As for Germans, I would like, if possible, to move some of my units into these buildings, so I would be able to hold them and to not give Americans good starting points to break my my line of defense. As for Americans, well, they have harder task because they are setting up on the hex row Z or west of it. So I set up all my units on the hex row Z, and well, they will have to make their way down here. And of course, there's a couple of buildings here that they will provide them some protection against German fire, but we have only 5.5 turns to achieve our goal, so we have to attack quickly. We don't have time to be involved in some fire combat, and this is, I think, one of the biggest problems when you play Advanced Squad Leader and you are attacking. You end being involved into fire from building to building when both sides have their units in the terrain that provides them some good protection like stone or wood buildings, and they are firing to each other without gaining any results. Then I think each of my watchers who ever played Advanced Squad Leader met such situation. Okay. That's all for the beginning. We know on what we are standing on, and we know our goals. So Americans are player 1 and Germans are player 2, as you can tell. So let's start our play. We are starting with rally phase. Not much to do in the rally phase, so next thing is prep fire phase. Again, not much to do in the prep fire phase. I'm not sure if Americans have any ability to see any of German units. I don't think so. Maybe them, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, out of range. Okay, so firing here would be pointless. So let's go right into the movement phase. So I will start with giving my Americans double time, so they will move faster. They don't have to be afraid of German fire, and they won't be firing much now, so they just need to move as fast as possible. So let's start. First them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they are here, and these Germans can see them. The problem is that there's a couple of obstacle hexes here. 1, 2, 3. Whenever we will be firing, so we would get +3 for these hexes, +3 for stone building, and -1 for enemy using non-assault movement. It is probably impossible shot with firepower of 4, so the question is if I want to fire. I think I want to fire anyway, since there is not a danger that this unit will have to fire at anyone else. So let's try. Okay. It was predictable. So this is first fire. We don't get residual fire because of these obstacles. So let's go and move other American units. So now these dudes, we have 2 squads, commander, and double time, and units with a leader and CX have 8 movement points. Okay, this makes them quite fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can enter this hex with 1 more point. It would be 8. They will be able to fire at me, but they already fired, so they will fire with half of their firepower. So let's try. This is a risky thing, I know, but I don't have much time. So they are firing at them now. So they have 2 and 1, 2 because of the obstacles, and -1 because of the enemy using non-assault movement. So it's 2 with +1. Oh, not bad. This is 6. 6 in the 2 is actually pin test check. So Americans have to undergo pin test check. First commander, 8. No, I think he made it, yeah. And now his men, 4 and 5. They made it. So here we have a final fire, and also they are in the line of sight of this unit. So if this unit wants to fire at them, we have 6, and there would be much of the obstacles, I believe. Let me check to make it sure. Yeah, there would be no obstacles for this fire, so let's try. We have 6 and -1 because of enemy using non-assault movement. This is not a clear terrain, so we don't get -1 for enemy moving in the open ground, but still it's 6 -1, not bad. 7. 7 -1 is 6, so we have 6 in 6. A lot of 6 in this game. It is 1 MC. Alright, first American commander, 8. He would made it, but it was +1. So he is broken. No good. And now his troops. First squad, they made it. 7, they don't. So squad and commander are broken. The other squad is fine. Germans are marked with first fire. They are marked with desperation morale. They are fine. And we get residual fire of 2. Alright, so I have to mark them with double time. Okay, that's all. Now I have this squad. They are carrying this heavy, medium machine gun, which has 3 portage points, and unit with 3 portage points with CX has 5 movement points. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone can see them? I think them. Just wanna make sure. Yeah, they can see them. Do they want to fire? Why not? We have 6, and enemy is in our range, so we have 6 +3 and -1. So it's 6 + 2. Okay, that was bad. At last our machine gun is not broken, but it was close. And there is a residual fire of 2 on this hex. Alright, now this part. Again, we got double time. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't think that anyone can see them here. Oh, do they? Nope, building. So they are fine. Now this squad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and wait a moment. There was one. They can fire at them. So it would be 2 -1. Okay, let's try. It was 1, so it was 2, so we get residual fire of 1 on this hex. And now this group, we have medium machine gun and the commander. So it is 3 portage points along with commander and CX, of course. It means that we have 7 movement points. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now these Germans can see us, so they are firing at us with firepower of 4 and +3 -1, so it's 4 + 2. Okay, that's a good roll. It is 6 in the 4. It is normal morale check. Okay, commander 10. Oh, he is broken. Yep, he is broken. And now his guys 8. They are broken. Okay, I made a gravy mistake here. Now I know. Now I can see it. I shouldn't enter this building now. I should wait here till the advance phase. Of course, if I would enter here and manage to withstand their fire, I would be able to fire in my advancing fire phase. But, well... Okay, so we get 2, and that's the American movement phase. Yes, that's American movement phase, so we can remove residual fire. As you can see, it wasn't easy. we suffered some casualties. Of course, none of them are major, because none of our units was eliminated, but still, that's that's hard. Okay, now we have German defensive Fireface. So they have these units with first final fire cannot shot to anyone, and these units that are free, they cannot see anyone, I believe. Well, they, nope, they, nope. So no defensive fire for Germans anymore. Well, they scored some hits after all. And next we have advancing Fireface. Okay, now if our Americans can do the trick. So this unit and this unit and this unit, they are all going to fire at them. This is not going to be easy. Let's check. They have assault fire ability. This gives them +1 if they, after all the halving. So they have 3 because it is assault fire, and +1. So they have 4. So each of these 3 units have 4. So their total firepower is 12. Not bad. And next we have 1, 2, 3, and 3, and 1. So we have 12 plus 7. Impressive, isn't it? So we have okay, not a chance to score a hit on these Germans. Now who else? They have medium machine gun, and medium machine guns cannot fire in the assault fire. They cannot. They 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, why not? I have 4. They have 4 and +3. It is 5 plus 3. It is 8. 8 in the column of 4. It is nothing. Okay, and that's all. I don't have any other options to make advancing fire. So next we have road phase. And who's going to road? Of course, these two guys. This commander and his men. They are going to save themselves. They are in the building already, so I don't think I should move them out of this building. So let them stay where they are. And now we have advance phase. Okay, so let's go. They are moving here. They are moving here. They are moving here. They are moving there, and they are moving here. Alright, that's all when it comes to the advance phase. No close combat, because we don't have any. So next thing to do is to play German part of the turn. We are starting with rally phase, and let's start with these poor Americans. They have first we have to take care of the commander. He has 8 and +4 and -1 because of the building. So this is oh my, this is 12. Okay, let me check. It was 12 on rally. It is key. So he is wounded. So let me find wound marker, and now I have to roll for severity of this wound. Okay, he's alive, but he failed to reorganize his men. Now he, sorry, not his men, but himself. Now he's going to try to rally himself. Oof, that's bad. And that's all for the American rally phase. Okay, that wasn't very successful. Germans doesn't have to do anything in the rally phase, so we are moving into prep fire phase. So, what Germans are going to do? Of course, they are going to fire on Americans. First them. They are firing here, so they have 4 and no modifiers, because their line of sight is not moving through any of these hexes, but between them. So we have 4 and 8. 8 in the column of 4, it is nothing. Well, at last. And who's going to fire next? I guess them. Or them. Wait. They can fire as well. Of course, they can see these guys. So there is 5, so it's 4. +3 and -1. So it's 4 plus 2. Nope. Remember what I said about firing to each other in the stone buildings? Next we have here this squad with light machine gun, and they are going to fire at these dudes. So this is 6 plus 3, 7, this is a miss. Now this machine gun fires on them. 10, this is a miss. And they are not going to fire. Okay, so that's all for German prep fire phase. Next we have German movement phase. I don't think I have any Germans to move. So next we have defensive fire phase. So it is time to shine for Americans. Again, I will use all these 3 squads to fire on them. So I have 6, 6 and 6. Wow! Again, number of the beast. And this time they are firing through 1, 2. So they have +2 for obstacles, +3 for stone building, and +1 for being double timed. So they have 12 plus, sorry, no, they have 18. 18 plus 6. A lot of 6s, yeah. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 in the column of 18, so I mean 16 because we have column of 16. This is a miss. Okay. I really hoped they will achieve something, but looks like they weren't meant to. Now them. They have medium machine gun, so they are firing with firepower of 10, +3 for stone building and +1 for CX. So it is 8 plus 4. Okay, that's finally some hit for Americans. I hope so. We have 3 plus 4, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 8 is 1 MC. So there is one morale check. First for the commander. Yeah, he is broken. You are going down, bastard. And now for his men. Oh, wow! Okay, this is 12 in the morale check, and natural 12 in the morale check means K if good order, KA if broken. So they are halved, so I need to look for the half squad. Okay. And they are all broken. Okay. It was 2 on the red die, so do we have... yeah, we have a rate of fire, so I can fire at them again. From my machine gun, so I have 4 plus 4. 7 plus 4, 11, this is a miss, but all in all, we made it and managed to break some of Germans. Not bad, not bad, but this is too early to be happy. Okay, so now these two groups, they will try to make these bastards pay. And now 6, 6 and 6, of course. Sacrifice is going down tonight. So we have 18 plus 3 and plus 1. So it's 18 plus 4. So the column of 16, of course. And 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 in the column of 16. Oh, just pin test check. So 7. They made it. Okay, so that's all for the attack. Yes, that's all for defensive fire of American forces. And next we have German advancing fire. Well, not much of the advancing fire. And next we have road phase. I think I will road here, actually, or not. Well, no, let them stay where they are. Next we have advance phase. And I am going to advance here to make sure that Americans won't get any of these buildings too easy. And that's all for the advanced phase. Yes, that's all. Close combat, no close combat at all. So this concludes turn 1. We are moving into turn 2. Let's start with rally phase, and there is more units to rally now. First, I need to try to, with this commander again, his morale is lowered by 1 because of this wound. So now 7. Okay, he made it. So he's alright, but we have to remember that he's wounded. So he's not an 8-1 now, but he's actually a 7-0. Okay, and now he tries to rally his unit. Okay, he made it. So this squad is fine. And now here. Commander, he made it, good. And his men, 7, alright. They are fine. And now let's see if these Germans will do the trick. They have 9 plus 4 and minus 1. Nope. They are just getting this nasty desperation morale marker out, but they are still broken. That's the good news for Americans. And that's all for the rally phase? I believe yes. Next we have prep fire. Well, the question is if I want to prep fire. Well, you know that in this scenario you need to move, not fire. But as long as these Germans are here, we might be in troubles while entering these hexes. So I would rather try to silence them. So, but these nasty counter double time markers are making it harder. So I think I won't fire. Yes, this is a risky move, but I need to undergo some risky actions if I want to win. Okay, so I'm not firing them with my prep fire, and they will try to fire here. They have 8, sorry, they have 10, so it is 8 plus 3. It is 7, sorry, 6 plus 3, so it's 9. Yeah, just a pin test check. Oh, they are pinned. Oh well, nothing much. I would prefer seeing them broken, but you can't have it all. Okay, so that's all for the prep fire. Yes, that's all for the prep fire. We are going into the American movement phase. So, I'm removing this double time, and they are making assault movement onto this hex. Of course, these Germans are not going to be to go easy on them, and they are firing. They have 10 and no modifiers, because this is not an open ground, and they are moving with assault movement. So it is column of 8 with no modifiers. Let's see. Good roll. We have 6. 6 in the column of 8 is 1 MC. Not good news for Americans. 6. Not just the 1 enough. 1 more and they would be fine. But sadly they are not. They are going down. And we have to place where do I have a residual fire of 4, because it was 8. Okay, that was hard. Okay, now these 2 squads, I will move them separately. First one goes here, they move normally, and then they move here. So it is 3 movement points, and these Germans are firing at them again. Now they are firing during with their subsequent defensive fire, so they have the strength halved and doubled because firing on the adjacent hex. So they have 4 and minus 1 because enemy is using non-assault movement. So it's 4 minus 1. Okay, they are lucky. Another 6, and minus 1 is 5. 5 in the column of 4 is 1 MC again. Hell nope. Oof. They are broken. And we got residual fire of 2. Okay, so that's all for them. And now this lone squad. 1, 2. They are firing at them. It is 6 -1 for non-assault movement. Okay, it is -1, so it's 6 in the column of 6. Again, 1 MC. We are going to hate this result, especially with such rolls. They are DM'd. They have first fire. Okay, I forgot to change this into final fire. I'm sorry. And residual fire of 2 here. Okay. And who's going to be next? These guys. They have a commander. He's wounded, but still. So, how? 1, 2, 3. And I think they cannot see them now. Let me check, just to make sure, but I'm not... Yeah, they can see. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are entering this building. And now they can see them, but they are in the building now, so it will be much harder for them to score a hit. But they will try. So it is 4, so it's 2, because it is subsequent fire. It is 2, plus 3, -1. So it's 2 plus 2. Impressive. 7. 7 in the column of 2. It is a miss, after all. So this residual fire of 1. Alright. Now these Americans. They have this medium machine gun. So it slows them down, I believe. And nope. They still have 4 movement points. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So these Germans are now desperation morale again, gain desperation morale because they are adjacent to the enemy unit and they are broken. This is not going to end well. And the question is if these Germans can fire at them. I believe no, because there is a building, but I would like to try. Yes, actually they can see them. The line of sight is going no, not through the building. So they have 4 and -2. Let's see if it will be better this time. Okay, 4, so this is covering. So we are moving from the column of 4 into the column of 2, and we have -2. So it is 6 in the column of 2. It is pin test check. 7, so Americans are pinned. And here we have first fire and 1, because it was covering. Okay, so now here. Now, here we have a lot of open ground, and the Germans with light machine gun just waiting for our move. Do we want to try? Of course we want. We don't have much choice. So, they are going to try first, and they are going to move like that. 1, 2, 3. And now these Germans who are pinned, they will try to fire at them. They have 5, so it is halved because of the pin and doubled because firing on the adjacent hex. So they have 4 and -2 because of open ground and non-assault movement. Oh, another 6! It is 6 -2. It is 4. 4 in the column of 4 is 1 MC. I know, you know, we are hating this result. And 8. They are broken. Now, where do I have more broken markers? They are first fired, and here we have 2. Okay, that was bad. And now them. There are 2 squads. What they are going to do? I think I will try to move into this building. If it would be a full advanced squad leader, I would have an option to dash through this road, which would halve enemy firepower, but sadly this is starter kit, so forget about the dashing, we just have to move normally. Instead, I will try to make assault movement onto this hex. Or maybe not. Oh, decisions. Okay, I will try to move normally. So, I'm moving here, and they are firing at me. They have 7, so it is 6 minus 2. Okay, 9. We have 9 minus 2, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 6. It is normal morale check. So we still have to undergo a morale check, and I hate the morale checks with morale of 6. 6. Okay, so they are pinned, but at last they are alive. So we get first fire, and we need 2 on this hex. Alright, and we have one more squad to go. And how do I want them to move? Moving through this hex will be risky because we will have to undergo this residual fire, possible another subsequent fire from them. I will try something else. I'm moving here, and then I got a subsequent fire from them, so it is 4, so it's 2, and we have 2 minus 2. Let's see if we will make it. 11. Okay, they failed completely this time. So it is here, and I need 1 residual fire. And now this squad is going here. And now these Germans might try their final protective fire. It would be a normal normal shot, but the roll will be also their morale check. So this is pretty risky thing for Germans, but well, they want to. They have pretty good morale with 8, so they might try. Okay, so they are going to fire, and they have 4. It is halved because of the final protective fire, and doubled because of the enemy being on the adjacent hex. So they are firing with 4. They have minus 2 because enemy is in the open ground and not using assault movement. But they have to be sure that if they roll 9 or less, they will be broken. So this is a risk. 9. So they are broken. But still, they are firing on Americans, so we have to resolve their fire, even if they are broken. I need to find another desperation morale marker. This scenario requires a lot of them, so they are broken. We don't have this final fire marker anymore, but we have 9, minus 2 is 7. 7 in the column of 4 is pin test check. So Americans have undergo pin test check, and they failed, so they are pinned. Okay, that's all for American movement. Yeah, that's all. So we have to remove these residual fire markers, a lot of them being here all around. Okay, and now next we have German defensive Fireface. I think Germans are already spent their all their fire options. Well, nope. Actually, they might try to fire again, and they will do. So they are pinned, so that they are firing with first fire, so their firepower is halved, but it is and it is halved again because of pinned, so it is 1, and now it is doubled because they are firing on the adjacent hexes. So they are firing with the firepower of 2. 8. Okay, so it is a miss. And that's all for the defensive fire. Now we have advancing fire. Oh, I would love to do some advancing fire, but as you can see, most of my Americans are broken, and they all they can think about is to find some hideouts, but not attack the Germans. But they are all right. So they are firing onto these Germans. They have 6. It is halved, and because of the assault fire ability they have 4, so it is 4, and it is doubled because we are firing on the adjacent hex, so it is 8. So we are firing with 8. Commander has 0 thanks to this nasty wound, and so he provides us no modifier, but there is +3 because of this building. So we have 8 + 3, not an easy roll, and 6. It is not a covering because we have a commander, but still it is 9. So pin test check, and they are already broken, so not much for them to do. Next, all these guys are pinned, which makes them pretty hard to fire at Germans, because, for example, let's say they have 6, so it is 3 because of the advancing fire, it is 1.5 because of the pin, it is 3 because we are firing on the adjacent hex, and it is +1 because of the assault fire. So we have 4 + 3. It won't hurt to try. And I will add them. Okay, so they have 4, and they have they have 3 and 1.5 and +1, so it's 2.5. So I have total of 6. I have total of 6 + 3. A miss. Okay, that's all. And that's all for the advancing fire. Next we have a road phase. So a lot of units to road. They are routing here. They are routing there. They are routing here and there. Okay, now they are routing here. And as for Germans, they have to route as well because they are on the adjacent hex to the enemy unit. So they are moving 1 and 2, and they are routing like that and like that. Okay, a lot of routing. And next we have advance phase. Most of the American units are pinned, so they cannot advance. Oh, I should remove this prep fire, but I will move this commander here, so he will help to rally these units. They are moving here, and this commander is going to move like that. I will make more use of them rallying broken troops. So he moves like that, and all the Americans are pinned. Well, this unit with machine gun is not, but do I have to move them? Well, I will move them here. They will at last have this commander. He will save them from possible covering result. So that's all for advance. Next we have to remove pin markers because there is no close combat in this on the board. So that's all for Americans in the turn 2. We are moving into German actions. We are starting with rally phase. So let's try to rally as many of our units as possible. And first we have a commander here. So he might try to rally his units. First he needs to rally himself, of course. So it is 8 + 4, it is 12. Okay, he failed. Now they will try to self-rally. 8, no. And as for Americans, they don't have commander with them, so they cannot self-rally, since this is not their part of the turn. Same to them. And now here we have a commander, so he might try to rally his broken unit. 5. Okay, let me check. We have 5 + 4, so it's 9, and -1 for the building, it is 8. So yeah, he made it. They are fine. So they are back into action. Let's place them like that. Okay, that's all for the rally stuff? Yep, that's all for the rally stuff. We have prep fire. As for Germans, I need to get rid of them. So I will try to score my hit on them. I have 5, so it is 10. So I will fire with the firepower of 10 plus 3, so it's 8 plus 3. Oof, epic miss. So it is prep fire. Now they will try to do the same, but they are only firing with 4 plus 3. Not bad. It is 4 plus 3, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 4 is pin test check. Okay. 6, nope. Americans are alright. And now, here. I will fire onto them. I have 6 and this is 0, because this is open ground. And 7. 7 with 6, it is normal morale check. So Americans still have a chance to survive. 6, they are pinned. They are just pinned. And now these Germans are firing here. Or there. Sorry, this target is bigger, but they are in the stone building, but while they are in the open ground. But okay, I'm firing at them, but I have to see if I can see them. Yep, I definitely can see them, so I'm firing at them with 4 and no modifiers. 5, good roll. 5, it is 1 MC. I think that Germans have much more luck with rolls in this play so far. 8, Americans are broken. And desperation morale here. Okay, at last this battle is pretty bloody, you can see. So, that's for the German prep fire phase. Is that all? Yes, I believe that's all. So now we have German movement phase. I will move this commander. 1. I don't think that any American can see them. 2, 3. Let them help. And that's all. I don't have much movement for Germans now. So that's all for German movement. And next we have American defensive fire. So Americans will try to give them everything back. So they have 12 plus 3. Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Any others? Of course. Here we have 4, 10 and 16. 16 plus 3. 6. This is not a covering because of the commander. So we have 6 plus 3. It's 9. 9 in the column of 16. It is 1 MC. And 8. Germans are pinned. Which means nothing actually for now. And that's for the final fire. Who else? Well, them. But do they see anyone? I think they can see them. Yep, they can see them. I should be firing at this commander when he moved. Well, me bad. So it is 10, so it is 8 plus 3. A miss, because it is covering. So I don't have to even check it out, because I know it is a miss. And that's all for the American defensive fire. It wasn't very successful. Road phase. They are routing 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 onto this hex, since they want to be they want to get back to normal. And anyone else? Nope, no one has to... Oh, sorry, I forgot about advancing fire. There wasn't any chance for Germans for advancing fire after all, but I should remove these markers at last. Okay, so that's all for the advancing fire. Again, we rotated Americans here. And now we have advance phase. Okay, this is pretty important for Germans. They might try to attack here and make them involved into close combat. It is not a very bad idea, but the problem is that this is a risky idea. This is another risky idea, and I'm not sure if I want to do something risky, but well, I might try. Let's have some fun. So, close combat, and any other German units are going to do any... Nope. I'm not going to do another advance, so we are going into the close combat. First phase, we have first close combat in this game, so let them try. First, we need to roll for an ambush. White for Americans. Oh, Americans managed to get... sorry, Germans. Germans made this time, so enemy is ambushed. And thanks to the ambush, yes, thanks to the ambush, Germans will have +1 and enemy -1. So, this is 5 against 6, so it's 1 to 1. And now we have to use ambush modifiers. So first I'm rolling for Germans. Wow! 4 minus 1 is 3, so they eliminated Americans, and now Americans 5, but +1 is 6. If there wouldn't be this +1, they would be able to halve Germans, but they failed, so Americans are eliminated. That was, like I said, it was risky thing, but it was worth of its risk. So now we can remove the spin markers, and this concludes turn 2. Alright, let's carry on with the turn 3. We are starting with rally phase, and so I have 3 American squads there, and all of them are out of commander, so I can try to rally only one of them. I will try with this, since it is closer to the enemy. 7, okay, they made it. And now here, what do I have? Okay, they are broken, so they need to be rallied. Oh, and they won't. Too bad. And now Germans. First, here, commander, he made it. And now his men. 9, -1 because of the commander, and -1 because of the building, so they made it. And now here there is a squad. Oh, perfectly. If it would be self-rally, then they would get commander, thanks to the commander creation. But since there is commander already there, so no leader creation. Okay, that's all for the rally phase. Yeah. Next we have prep Fireface and Americans. Are they about to fire anywhere? I don't think so. Well, this is kinda tempting, but like I said before, in this scenario it is more important to move. When we get closer to Germans, then we might be able to fire, but so far I want to move and get into these buildings as soon as possible. So I am not firing, and instead I am moving. I will start with this commander. He goes here with the assault movement, so he's alright. And now these Americans, they are making assault movement into this building, so they won't be here and vulnerable because this is clear terrain. And of course these Germans are firing at them. They have 10, so it is 8, and +3 because of stone building. No -1 because they moved with assault movement. 9 plus 3. This is 12, so it is a miss. First fire, and here we got 4. Now they are firing at them too. Now the question is if I want to use this half squad, and I wish I have this commander here, but well, I don't have, so I have to fire with them only. It is 4 plus 3. Now it's a good roll, but it is 8. 8 in the column of 4, it is nothing. Okay, so this is first fire. And we are not placing residual fire here because it would be 2, and 2 is lower than 4. Alright, so that's all for German defensive fire here. And now they are moving. They move here, and these Germans decide that they want to fire at them. They have 2 because they are firing with subsequent fire, and -1 because they are not using assault movement. So it's 2 minus 1, 7 minus 1 is 6, so it's 6 in the column of 2, it's pin test check. 3, Americans made it, so residual fire of 1, and they are moving here. Now they can do final protective fire, or they can fire at them. They will try. They have 2 and -1 because of the commander, -1 because non-assault movement, and +3 because of the stone building, so it's 2 +1. 6. 6 in the column of 2 is pin test check. Okay? Well, they are pinned. Okay, so first fire and pin. They are not firing because it would be their final protective fire, and it would require and it would call for morale check. Now these Americans, here, here or there. I will risk again. I will move here with assault movement, so they will start firing at me. First they have 6 and +3. 8. 8 in the column of 6, it is pin test check. 6, they made it, so no pin. First fire and 2. Now, do they want to fire? Of course. It is 7, so it's 14, so it is column of 12 and +3. Oh wow! 6. 6 in the column of 12 is 2 MC. Oh wow, this can't be good. 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, and Americans have ELR 3. So they are not only disorganized, but they also have to suffer a quality reduction. So they are first line, now we need second line. Unit, and of course they are also broken. So where do I have it? Oh, here it is. And now we need residual fire with the level of 6, because it was firepower of 12. Now where do I have any? Okay, here it is. And finally, first fire marker. Okay. Now, next thing is here. I will make an assault movement onto this hex. And now they are firing at me with 4 and -1 because of the moving in the open ground. Oh hell, it is 4 -1, so it's 3, it's 2 MC again. 8 plus 2, it's 10, so they are broken, and it is total of 10. Their ELR is 3, so they suffer quality reduction as well. So I need one more unit with 5, 4, 6. As you can see, this is I made some very risky decisions. Some of them weren't probably the best ones, but well. 5 and 2. Alright, so that's all. And do I have any other Americans I want to move? No, here they are going to be rallied. And here I have this machine gun. I should use it in the prep fire phase. me bad. So that's all for American movement. Let's remove these nasty residuals, since they are marking mostly our failures. Okay, and now we have defensive Fireface. Good thing is that Germans doesn't have much to fire. Well, they might try to fire onto them. It will be 4 plus 3. Miss, and that's all. Because units with first fire may only fire against units on the adjacent hexes, so not much stuff to fire on. And next we have advancing Fireface. And Americans, do they have option to fire? Well, they have. Okay, of course they can't use this machine gun, but they still have their strength 3. Now we are rounding, we are making it double because of the adjacent hex, so it's 6, and +1 because of the assault fire ability, so it's 7, so it is still 6. So we are firing on them with the firepower of 6 plus 3 because of the building. 7, it is a miss. And not much to fire on, so that's all for the advancing fire. And next we have road phase. So this squad roads here, this squad roads there, and that's all. That's all. Next we have advance phase. I would like to go and do a double attack on them, but they are pinned, so they cannot. So I will try to move them. If I would be able to eliminate this German unit, it would be good. I actually doubt if I will be able to, but let's try. So that's all for the... Oh, I should mark them with close combat. Okay, and next we have close combat phase. So first I need to make a roll for the ambush. White for Americans, red for Germans. White for Americans, so I think they made it. Let me check. So again, Germans managed to ambush Americans. Okay, these guys are something. So it is 1-to-1, and since Germans were successful with ambushing Americans, so they have -1 and Americans have +1. So for Germans, wow, and for Americans, okay. So Americans are eliminated. They left this medium machine gun here. Germans will be able to take it. Oh no, sorry, wait, we have to place it below them, and they will be able to take it in their rally phase. Okay, so this is second American squad which is eliminated in this game, and no good. So time for oh sorry, I should remove this pin marker first. And time for German part of the turn. We are starting with rally phase. They are fine. So Germans will try to take this medium machine gun. 1, they made it. Okay, now time to rally some broken Americans. This commander tries to rally these 2 squads. First squad, 7, they made it. Second squad, they made it. Okay, so these 2 squads are alright. And now here. First he tries to rally squad without Desperation Morale. They are alright. And now the other squad with Desperation Morale. Nope. They remain broken. And here I will try self-rally. Oh, sorry, no, I cannot. This is a German part, not American part, so I can only remove this Desperation Morale. No more. And next we have German Prep Fireface. So, since I have this medium machine gun, I would make a good use of it. I am firing on these Americans. I have 9, so it is 18. So the column of 16 plus 3. 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 in the column of 16, it is 1 MC. 3 plus 2, 5. So amazing, but they made it. They will join the fun and fire at them with 2 plus 3 minus 1, so it's 2 plus 2. It was a miss, predictable. They will fire at them, it is 4 plus 3, 9, so it is a miss. Now, can I see them? I believe, yeah, but I need to check. Nope. Wait. Yeah, I guess I would rather remove the counters and draw the line between centers of the hexes just to make sure. Nope. You can clearly see that this goes through this building. So nope. This is... they tried to fire, but they failed. You have to declare your fire before checking your line of sight. So technically they tried to fire at them, but this building was on their way. Okay, so who's next? I think them. They will try to fire here. Oh no, I think they will skulk. So I'm not firing with them at all. So that's all for German prep fire phase. And next we have movement phase. They are moving here. They are spending their entire movement with assault movement, and that's all. Not much of the moving for Germans, so it's time for Americans. Time for their defensive fire phase, and they are firing here with 12 plus 3. It's good that they don't have any special weapons. Can they see anyone? Well, I will try to fire onto these Germans, but I need to check if there is a line of sight between these two buildings. Yes, there is definitely line of sight. So it is 4, 10, and 16. So it is 16 plus 3. It is 12. 12 in the column of 16, it is 0. So it is nothing. Americans aren't very lucky. And that's all for defensive fire phase? Yes, that's all. So next we have advancing fire phase. Not much. So let's remove these markers. So far Germans are doing very well. I have to admit there aren't much issues. And next we have road phase. No road for anyone since no one is broken. Advance phase. These Germans are thinking about getting here and trying to get rid of these Americans as well, since they were 2 times lucky. But I won't push my luck that far. I will move here. And these Germans are returning onto this hex. And that's all. So no close combat, and this concludes turn 3. And I think this is a good moment to call it a day for this part of the scenario, since it is almost perfectly a half of the play.